Welcome back, everybody. Well, many of you, of course, know who this person is. This is Charles Peltz, who is the music director and conductor for the Glens Falls Symphony Orchestra. Glens Falls Symphony Orchestra.
There it is. You've had a lot of interviews too.
Yeah, that's right. First, welcome, Charles. Great to have you back.
It's great to be here. Thanks very much.
Charles, in his usual fashion, is quite the visionary, quite on a vanguard of interesting music for the North Country. And of course, we all benefit from this. The Glens Falls Symphony Orchestra, 57 members or 55, 56?
57 professional musicians.
Oh, man alive, you guys really do tear it up, I'll tell you.
We do. I'm very proud of the people with whom I work.
Oh,
absolutely.
Without a doubt. And if any of you have seen the orchestra, they cover the classics, they cover Broadway, they cover Rocket. Where's your Stratocaster? Right?
It's not here today. I promise I'll bring it next time.
That's a guitar, by the way, that Charles plays. Really mix it up. Well, Mother's Day concert is an annual event for the Glens Falls Symphony, right?
It is.
And this year, particularly special event. So
it is a very special event because a local son is coming back for all the local mothers. We're bringing Tony DeSere, and a nationally known, important entertainer. The New York Times calls him, 2 parts Elton John, 1 part Frank Sinatra, and he is. He sings music from the Great American Songbook, Cole Porter, Irving Berlin, Sammy Cahn, and he sings Michael McDonald and Elton John and Bob Dylan.
Yes, right.
And he's going to bring all of that with the Glens Falls Symphony on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock at the Glens Falls High School.
Oh,
and what'll happen, you see, is that we get to be the warm-up band and the backup band. We're going to warm up the crowd with about 15 minutes of George Gershwin, the famous American in Paris, the movie with Gene Kelly. We're going to play that piece as the warm-up piece, and then for the next 2 hours, it's just Tony DeSere with orchestra, which the area has never heard. Now, Tony does this show all over the country. In fact, if you're really one of those people who sits and likes to surf the web, go to the Dallas Symphony, and you'll find the same show that we are doing with Tony that he did in this past season in Dallas. The same hits that he did there, he's doing with us. And we're getting the full show with Tony DeSere. And I have to say that the visionaries for this, I'm not going to take complete credit. Our president of our board, Joanne Searles, is from Washington County. She's thought that this was an important thing to do for a long time. I agreed with her, but this has been something she's worked hard on. Shay Mason, our executive director, has been nuts and boltsing this for 18 months. But we've got it together, and we are really excited about presenting this nationally known artist with our own local professional orchestra.
Well, Charles, before we went on air, I was asking him about what the playlist was. And, of course, you mentioned that the orchestra is going to do Gershwin. But when Tony takes the stage, that 2-part Elton John thing is going to sneak out when they do it, because they're doing Michael McDonald's Taking It to the Streets, right?
Exactly. I think that's probably what he'll open with. We'll find out at the dress rehearsal exactly what he wants to do. But he's got Pilot by Elton John, and he's got Taking It to the Streets by Michael McDonald, but he's got I Love a Piano by Irving Berlin, and Night and Day. Right. So it really, the thing about him is that he covers all this material with his own sensibilities, and yet all of it sounds genuine. The rock and roll stuff has real fire, and the songbook has real elegance. About 2 years ago, I was able to see him in Boston. He was trying out his new show that he was going to be doing in New York in one of the hotels. Because, he's now the new Bobby Short. I mean,
that's right, in a lot of ways. That's
right,
Sure.
absolutely. And the 2 shows at, I think it was either Regatta Bar or Scullers, sold out. Audiences loved him. He was terrific in the small room.
Well, you know what, Charles? He has quite an allegiance to this area. He usually plays at Charles Wood Theater, right?
He does indeed.
In, brings his trio in. I think you mentioned he was going to bring his trio
He is.
along.
He's going to have his band
But this
with him.
event is, because they can't get everybody into the Wood Theater, it's going to be held at Glens Falls High School.
It
right?
is. And because we've got the orchestra couldn't fit on that small stage.
Exactly right. So you're talking about full orchestra, going to come out, warm the crowd up with some great Gershwin. Then Tony DeSere takes the stage for 2 hours, a mix of, are the bassoons going to do the solo and Taking It to the Streets?
I think they're in there, but I don't think they're it. Tyrone, what was the bass player for the Doobie Brothers? Was
That's right,
Tyrone
that's right.
something? I can't remember. Nobody lays it down like Tyrone, but we'll do our best.
You want to know something? They're going to do a fabulous job. And it's Mother's Day. Tradition, Mom gets a rose.
Mom gets a flower. I don't know if it's always a rose, but Mom always
Okay.
gets a flower from us. And the ticket, by the way, for tickets, it's important that everyone know that you can either go to the gfso.org website.
Gotcha.
Or you can call us at 793-1348. Either of those ways will get you tickets. There are tickets available, but tickets are flying. They are really selling. And but even if the day of the show, show up, because people there might be no shows. We might be able to resell some tickets. We might be sold out, but there's always, where there's a will, there's a way. So if you want to see Tony DeSere in the best way you've ever seen him and heard him, make it to Glens Falls High School 4 o'clock on Mother's Day. It will be Mom's ears deserve a treat. This is a box of chocolate and a bouquet for Mom's ears.
I told you he was a visionary.
I don't know about that.
You're a pretty good marketer, too,
I
by the
do
way.
my best.
Yeah, I think you do.
I've got something good to market. It's easy to market when you've
When
got
you
a good
feel this
product.
passionate about it. Hey, so it's Mother's Day, May 10th. Bring Mom out. Wonderful for the family. All cross-generational. Some
Absolutely.
Irving Berlin, some Gershwin, some Doobie Brothers, some Elton John, and Glens Falls High School. You don't want to miss this. Charles, thanks again for coming in as always.
Thanks, man.
We'll talk to you soon.
You bet.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.